everybody, welcome back. I'm spilling a pot of unfortunate tea. Pinkies up, bitch.
So I just said to her, look, I'm really sorry. You don't look like this type of person that would normally have bad breath, but your breath is really bad right now.
Oh my God.
And I'm not really trying to kiss. Recently, I was on a dating app, right? And I was out with my friends, and some girl that I had matched with had messaged me and was like, yo, do you want to stay over tonight? It was like a Saturday or Friday night. I was like, bet. Yeah, sure. Now, this, as I'm getting older, when people are that easy, not that easy is a bad thing, but when it's that easy, something is weird. Something weird's going on. I wrote back, yeah, I'm down to sleep over. She was like, do you want to just come to this bar real quick that we're at before I go home? Me and my friends were all like out. I was like, bet. So I linked her at this bar. She's there with a couple of friends. I'm talking to them. I'm getting to know them or whatever. I start to stand next to the girl that I'm supposed to be hooking up with. When I tell you I smelled the worst smell I've ever smelled. I'm not just talking, oh, she had the worst breath I've ever smelled. I'm talking this was the worst smell of all time, okay? It was so rancid. And it's her breath. And I'm like, is this her breath? Like, I'm like, this is her breath. And then her friends are looking at us standing next to each other. And they're like, oh my God, you guys look so cute. Kiss each other. Kiss. And she kind of is like waiting for me. And I'm kind of like going like this. You know, I'm not trying to really kiss. And I was trying to think of any excuse to try to save everyone's feelings. So I was like, oh, I just don't really like PDA. I'm not a PDA type of guy. Total lie. I love PDA. But I was like, I'm not a PDA type of guy. They were like, oh, okay, whatever. The friends left. I'm trying to figure out how to go. Now, keep in mind, this all happened within like 10 minutes. So I'm like, how can I leave without it seeming so weird? She's like, I called an Uber. As we're waiting for the Uber, she keeps trying to kiss me again. And I was like, I couldn't figure out a way, what to do, or what to say. So I just said to her, look, I'm really sorry. You don't look like this type of person that would normally have bad breath, but your breath is really bad right now.
Oh my God.
And I'm not really trying to kiss. She was like, and I just can't believe I said that. Like, I couldn't believe it. The smell was so bad. I'm telling you, the smell was so bad that I was like, you have bad breath. You have bad breath. This is where you guys are going to be like, what's wrong with you, bro? I got in the Uber. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, maybe when we get back to her place, I could be like, yo, like, we should both brush our teeth real quick. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe my breath is that bad. Like, I hope I don't have halitosis. I was like, what? She's like, halitosis, it's where you have bad breath and you can't help it. It's like a disease. And like the way she said it, I was like, oh, you definitely have halitosis. You know you have it. We got to her house. We get into her apartment. She has dogs and she has a carpet in the living room. And she goes, oh, before you go sit on the couch and on the carpet, put these sandals on. I was like, why? Do your dogs piss on the carpet? And she was like, yeah, sometimes. Do you clean it up? Well, it's really hard to clean up. So your whole place just got piss and dog shit all over it? Yeah, I'm out. I left. I did. I paid for a $40 Uber home, okay? And this place was only like 10 minutes away from where I live. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm calling an Uber. And what's even crazier about it is when I got home, I couldn't get rid of the smell. So I brushed my teeth, still couldn't get rid of the smell. I put lotion on my face with some fragrance on it, still couldn't get rid of the smell. I threw up. That's how bad this fucking smell was.
All right, I know there's gonna be some people in here that are like, that's me. Everybody gets bad breath sometimes. True, yes, we can all be stinky. We can all be stinky people. Hell, after a night out, I am so unbelievably stinky. My goodness.
Ugh.
I ain't kissing nobody after a night out, honestly. This is why I love dating Mike, because like, you know, both of us really care about our personal hygiene, like maybe a little too much. And like, we be brushing our teeth before doing anything, you know? We be brushing, we be lotioning up, making ourselves nice and soft and clean. Because, like, it's just, like, polite, you know? It's just polite. And yes, she could have a disease that makes her breath just smell bad. I know a lot of people who have breath that just smells bad. Doesn't mean I don't like them, but I wouldn't want to kiss them. I had a date, and he later told me I had bad breath. He paid for my 5 cavities to get filled, and now we are married. I love that. This is the thing, is like, honestly, like the bad breath is just something that's like fixable, you know? I always kind of keep some gum on me, and I'm like, I just like, do you want some? Like I take some and then I give one to them. It happens, it's a thing. That way you don't have to overtly tell them that they have bad breath. You just like,
oh, look, I'm taking some gum. So like if I have good breath, then your breath is gonna smell bad. So we should both have some gum.
you know, it's like less mean. The bad breath isn't even what's gross to me. I think that the poo and the pee, the dog poo and the pee, it's just a hygiene thing, man. Like, that's nasty. Got bacteria. Nope. Has anyone ever noticed that, like, after they eat McDonald's, they have, like, the worst breath? And, like, dude, I ate McDonald's last night, all right? I did. I bought some McDonald's. I ate a cheeseburger. And then, like, you know, I brushed my teeth before bed, put my retainer in, because yes, I wear a retainer, took my retainer out, and like, buddy.
That's stinky. Guys, that was a stinky mouth.
You got a stanky mouth. You gotta carry gum and offer them a piece. Literally, just carry gum. If you're going to like a hookup kind of situation, you gotta bring a few things, all right? Gum being one of them. It's just common courtesy.
So you're probably sitting here wondering, why your nails not finished? Me too! I'm wondering the same thing. Do you not know I walk into the nail salon? Mind you, I can do my own nails. I do my own nails most of the time. But I'm literally supposed to get on the road right now to go to Atlanta for spring break. So, I go in the nail salon. I show the man a picture. I said, this is what I want. Extra long, plain white. Make it milky. He said, you know what? I got you. $80. I'm like, oh. All right, $80. I said, okay, that's cool. I'm used to paying $90. So, I sit down on the chair. As the lady's gluing my tips on, he's just walking back and forth. So I'm like, what does this man want? Like, all right. So she finished, she finished cutting them. He runs over there. He like, oh no. That's 110. Actually, that's 115. How about no? How about that? How about them apples? Mind you, it ain't about the money. I got the money for the service. That's not the problem. The problem is you told me the money for the service was not 120. I feel like for 120, I can go get a full set designs on each nail.
You can.
From Nails by Sheree. Nails by Kiki. Tips by Tanya. They would have got me right for 120. And you gonna tell me a plain set? Nothing on it? So I said, sir, before I left, before I cussed them out, got my edges coming up. I said, sir, what length is $80? No.
And it's this kind of that has brought me over to the dark side. The press-on nail side. I don't have any on right now just because I'm on set next week and they don't want them. No, they do. They just want like something very specific for my hands. Shout out to Kelly who's editing this video and also is directing the episode too. But listen, all of this, the back and forth, the chipping and the breaking, the sitting there for 3 hours to get a design. Just glue them on, baby. Just glue them on. Ain't worth it. Ain't worth it. Because look at you now. You got some half-finished nails. How are you even going to take those off? You're going to have to rip that off. You're going to rip that off. I can see you ripping it off. Soak those in some acetone. Because it is the principle. You told me a price, and now you changed your mind. When it's already too late. I'm already sitting in the chair. The people pleaser in me, honestly, has walked out of a nail salon with, honestly, the ugliest nails. the ugliest, and still gave a 20% tip. Like, honestly, I can't do it. I feel too bad.
I still do it.
So I just don't put myself in that position anymore. I glue them on, you know. I glue that on. $80 is how much I pay in Canada for short with no design. Yeah, pretty much. Hence the press-ons.
I bet you didn't know that you wanted to know how much it costs to fart without insurance in an ER in the United States. I'll give you the answer because that happened to me. I truly wish, I wish that I was creative enough to make this up. Like, I wish it was one of those like story times. It's like a Get Ready With Me where it's like the fake stories that people tell, but it's like really captivating stories. So you watch it. I wish that this was fake. I really, really do, especially since I'm holding the bill in my paws right now.
Stop.
For context, I did post a story time about this when it happened and it kind of went viral, but for context, a little while ago, I woke up in the middle of the night with the most excruciating abdominal pain I have ever experienced in my life. I was doubled over. I laugh now because at the time it was so serious, but now it is so unserious. I was doubled over.
You just a little gassy, baby.
I couldn't walk. I had to literally crawl across our bedroom floor to wake my husband up to get him to take me to the ER. They had to wheelchair me. They had to come out to the car and wheelchair me into the ER because I couldn't walk. Because I was in so much pain.
This from a fart?
I'm in the most pain I've ever been in my entire life. I can't even make this up. They tried to give me morphine, and I was like, no, I don't want any morphine. I just want to know what's wrong with me. So they put me through a CT scan because I'm convinced. My husband's convinced, and I think the staff was convinced that maybe my appendix was going.
I love that you're laughing.
So we get the CT scan, and while we're waiting for the CT scan results, nature calls, and I need to use the restroom. So I get into the restroom in my hospital room, and I let out the world's fattest ripper you've ever heard. It was so ungodly smelling. It was so unwomanly. It was so wretched. Like, I'm positive
What did you eat?
Was bugs in the walls in that hospital, they
would have scattered.
They were bug bombed out. It was so bad. Anyways, needless to say, after letting out the world's biggest ripper, I felt pretty good. And they ruled it as gastrointestinitis. The CT scan came back clear. And they sent me on my way with some suppositories as a consolation prize for going. I just got the bill in the mail. And
oh no.
Mind you, at the time that this happened, I did not have health insurance. Okay, I was just raw dogging life. How much do you think it cost me to let out that fart in the ER?
I don't know, $5,000?
No health insurance in the United States.
5,000?
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay. Guess. Let's put it in the comments. Everybody take a little second and guess. Let's guess how expensive this fart was. I feel like you're not only paying for the fart, you're also paying for the CT scan. Okay. $5,000? I'm Canadian, so I have no idea how much these things cost in the States.
But I want to give you a second for you to guess in the comments before I tell you how much you think that it costs.
Everybody guess.
And I'm telling you right now, you're wrong. It's more. It's more than what you think. It is way more than what you think. This fart cost me $8,621.10.
Mama.
Like I said, I wish you guys that I was enough of a comedic genius to come up with this and that it was, in fact, a joke. Here is my name, patient's name. Here's the total. So if you see me out here doing something strange for a piece of change, mind your business because I have a fart to pay for. I have a $9,000 fart to pay for.
Girl, what the hell did you eat? What did you eat? What was? Never eat that again. Never. Ever. At least not without health insurance. God, I will never understand. I found out that like people in California pay like 60% in taxes and they don't have healthcare. Like you guys don't have universal healthcare. That is crazy to me. That is
nuts.
And granted, we have universal healthcare in Canada. It is not good. Like, it is not good. But hey, if I had a fart that was trapped, that was like, I couldn't walk, it was that bad, I could go into the ER, probably wait like 3 hours and get that dealt with if I didn't fart before it was dealt with and not have to pay for it. We pay for it on our taxes, but we don't got bills that come to our house. I was thinking $9,000, but you haven't gotten the bill from the radiologist yet. Whoa, okay, wait. There's another bill? My God. Wait. So that doesn't include the scan? That's just the fart. That's literally just sitting and farting in the hospital. Yeah, I had pretty much the same thing happen, but I live in Canada. Cost me about $12 for parking. Yeah, and half of your day sitting in the ER. It's not that much better, honestly. Like, let's not be rubbing it in people's faces. That is just the hospital facility bill. Wait until you get the bills from the doctor on call, specialist labs, etc. Oh, Lord. Lord, have mercy.
I just need to get this off my chest.
Okay.
I had an elderly customer who was buying a bathing suit cover-up, and she was like, yeah, I'm going to use this on my cruise. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're going to cruise? How exciting. And she was like, oh my gosh, yeah, all my friends are going. It's like a whole group. It's going to be super fun. I was like hyping her up. I was like, oh my gosh, where are you going? Yada, 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 whatever. And in the conversation talking about her cruise, she mentions, yeah, this is my first cruise without my husband. And without missing a beat, I go, oh my gosh, and how do you feel about that little girl's trip? She says, oh, no, he just died.
Sorry.
She's 95. Why did you not?
I didn't mean to laugh. I didn't mean that sucks. That's super unfortunate. Yeah. It's the like almost crying for me too. Like, oh my God. How are you supposed to know though? You could be 95 and divorced. People get divorces at 95, don't they? No, they don't. They're literally just like, whatever. Whatever. I ain't got the energy to divorce. Cheryl, I don't want to divorce you. Cheryl, I barely have the energy to take in the morning. I don't have the energy to divorce you.
What did you just say? Why does it say pay it? No, what'd you say?
Why did they pay it?
Because that means you have to pay for that.
That's not my problem.
Is that a credit card bill?
She's looking at our American Express bill, and under charges, it says like pay it. Like you can pay that on your American Express.
Pay it.
And she said, why does it say pay it under this? And I'm like, so you could pay that. Like you would hit pay it and you pay that. And she said, why does it say that on mine? That's not my responsibility.
But like I already bought it, so why would I have to pay for it again?
And you're not paying for it again. You're paying because you pay for it on a credit card.
But the credit card is like unlimited, right? I'm so confused, like actually.
It's unlimited, but you have to pay that bill, yes.
But I already bought it.
No, you're not paying for it twice.
You're paying for it later, bestie. You're paying for it later.
I don't get it.
Oh no. Oh God, how many charges did she rack up? No, oh God. Wait a second. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, I know that we're filming our daughter and like having her like strange little brain fart here. But if your daughter has no idea how a credit card works, let's not be getting our daughter credit cards, okay? Let's be fully aware of what happens when you charge something to a credit card. Cause that can get out of hand real quick. I know that firsthand. Don't be bringing your kids into this world without teaching them about death. Death? Debt. Death too, but debt. God, imagine if that was true, eh? You just got a credit card, you're just charging it, never have to pay for a thing. Wouldn't that be nice? Honestly, some people do be walking around with credit cards thinking that's how they are. They really do be acting like that. Yes?
I did a bad
No,
thing.
what is it?
Okay, I'm not
What is
proud
it?
of it. I was in a shop I was second in the queue.
Yes.
I had quite a lot of stuff in my arms. I didn't get a basket because I'm stupid. And then I was like, oh, actually, I think I just want this other thing. So I went to just grab it and came back. I came back, I'd been bumped down to third in the queue. All right, fine, fair enough. The guy in front of me's just got one thing, whatever, right? The guy goes to the front, and he obviously knows the cashier. They start having a chat about a mutual friend, and the cashier's serving like this on the screen. And then the cashier stops serving and gets quite engrossed in the conversation and just kind of takes her hands away from the screen, and then they're just chatting, right? And I can see, because it's showing what's been put through on the screen, I can see that she's already scanned the thing he wants to buy, and all she has to do is just check it out, right? And I'm carrying all this stuff because I didn't get a basket because I'm stupid. And I go, after 15 seconds of them talking, let me just say, I go, excuse me guys, I'm in a rush. I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush at all, right? I'm not at all in a rush. Why do I say it? I don't know. In that moment, I just felt this like bubbling, infuriated feeling of like, you know I'm here and you're just slowing my day down. So I said it, right? And there was a pause. The guy didn't turn around, and the cashier said, yes, well, she said it in a sarcastic way, so let me try and do an impression. She went, well, I'm just serving someone, like that, okay? And she was smiling sarcastically, and I smiled sarcastically as well. And I took a beat, and then I went, well, actually, you're not serving. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. I said, actually, you're not serving. That's not what you're doing. Why did I say that?
It was not your day.
I've got nowhere to be. I was just stood there, like, what? Why am I starting fights? and then, I don't know where I'm going now. And then the guy turned around and said, yeah, she's serving me, like that. And I went, okay, like that, and smiled, right? Pretty much, I'm not going to take it any further. And then another cashier comes up and offers to serve me. So I go to the front, could have just left it, decided to, when I walked past them, go, thank you, thanks very much. Who have I turned into? I've turned into Janet, starting fights in the local shop. Not proud of it, but just getting it off my chest.
Okay, but to be fair though, it'd be annoying as hell when people in front of you in line and they ain't just checking their shit out, you know, they having a full-on conversation. I have to be honest, like, yes, you were a little bit Karen-y. A little bit, especially because you didn't have anywhere to be. You had like stuff in your arms and you were just carrying it. That's your fault, and you acknowledge that. I feel like you are a people pleaser most of the time, and that was just not your day. That was just not your day. Just from the sheer glee and enjoyment that you got from telling us that you stood up for yourself. We got a people pleaser, ladies and gentlemen. We got a total and complete pushover over here. I feel like it might be thrilling to be a Karen. Does anybody like feel like it might be kind of thrilling? It might be. I'm just saying, it seems fun. Do you ever have those days where you're just like, you just got no patience for nothing? And you be sending off all kinds of emails and like, you know, like usually when I write like an email, right? It's like when I write out whatever the I need to say, usually it's kind of mean. And then I go back and I like embellish it. I add the compliment at the beginning that's like, hope your weekend was good. You know, there's this and that. You do your job. Anyways, I really enjoyed speaking with you over the phone, blah, blah, blah. You know? And then sometimes I have those days where I'm just like tired of doing that and I'm like just very curt with my emails. It is thrilling. It is very thrilling. Why must we soften the blow, you know? Like, can't I just be a sometimes? God! No, I'm all for killing with kindness. There's no reason to go around and piss everybody off just because you having a bad day, all right? But sometimes, you're allowed to let the beast out. POV, your brother didn't get the dress formal memo. It's not business casual.
Come on in. I think I messed up.
Wait, are you at a wedding right now, bestie?
This is formal. Just hide your jeans. Don't look. You know it's fancy because of the portions. There's nothing on my plate. Lettuce. I was not made for fancy. Can you pour me some? There was not any left, sorry. Pinky's out. Listen, I've been single for too long. I don't have nice clothes, okay? These are my nice shoes. Other than this, I have running shoes. That's all I have. That's all I own. I wasn't made for this.
Well, I think you look very nice. Very, very nice. Buddy's walking onto a red carpet with like cowboy boots and jeans. Have you ever noticed that there are some people that just don't give a fuck if you have like a dress formal memo? And it's usually people who can't afford to dress formal. Like Justin Bieber be showing up to red carpet events with his pants around his ankles. You know? Just own it. It's fine. Be like, I'm a musician. I don't care. That was a pot of unfortunate tea that we spilt. You gonna clean that? Subscribe!